Hey everybody, welcome back. It's our March 2026 production updates. We've got a lot of news for this month. First off, we've expanded our office again. We've added about 2,000 or 3,000 square feet to our office. If you guys know what our office currently looks like, we have the downstairs production area plus the upstairs office area, and inside our office area, we have a stairway that goes to nowhere. I'm happy to say that we've knocked down the wall where the stairway to nowhere goes so that it's opened up to another 2,000-ish, 3,000-ish square feet. I don't know exactly how many square feet. I think it's about 2,600 square feet. That area attaches to part of the downstairs, so we've knocked down another wall to essentially expand the office a little bit more. Because the space is downstairs, we are using that space for some of the assembly for dust-sensitive components, the G control panel computers, some of the electronics. We'll also use some of it for storage. We're working on building out that space right now. AltMill 2x4 and 4x4 machines are now shipping with fairly low lead times. As you guys might have known, the lead times for the AltMills have traditionally been pretty long. However, we've continued to expand the batches and also increase the production capacity for the machines. So now we are shipping typically within 1 or 2 weeks. We also just got the batch 7 parts. So now we have about 1,200 units worth of components for the AltMill ready to go. Currently, the spindles have different lead times. The 1.5 kilowatt spindles we are on back order for, so those are expected to restock mid to late April. People can order the 1.5 kilowatt spindles ahead of time, and then we can ship the machines first and then the spindles out later. The 2.2 kilowatt spindles we currently are shipping out within 1 to 2 weeks now, and so those will typically ship pretty much alongside the AltMills. If you need the latest lead times for the spindles, those are updated on the product pages. So AltMill 2x4s and 4x4s are typically shipping out within a week, 2 weeks at the most. LongMill MK3 development continues on. We've done a lot of work this past month. First of all, we set up the first machine with our beta tester, Dave. Me and Nikila drove down close to Windsor to bring and set up the machine and do some early initial testing and figuring out the assembly. We have done a couple of design updates and changes with some of the feedback from that. One of the changes we made is redesigning the Z-axis motor mount so that we have better travel on the Z-axis. We also found a lot of new useful information on how to make the assembly more easy. So for example, we'll start the Y gantry up at the front of the machine so that when you mount the X-axis rail, it's right in front of the machine, especially if you have no way to access the back part of the machine. Yeah, we have a bunch of different testing that we're doing in-house. I believe Scott was testing out the 48x30 LongMill MK3. We also are working on a couple other new things. So for example, we have the sensorless homing, so we can home the machine without the inductive sensors, which should decrease the cost and make the assembly easier as well. On top of the news for the LongMill, we are continuing to ship out LongMill Mark 2.5s. Those are in stock and shipping out pretty quickly within the week. We are getting to the last part of our inventory, so we're double checking how much more we will have until we run out of those machines. Based on our current estimates, we have about 1 to 2 months left. Once we have sold out of the LongMill Mark 2.5s, we will discontinue the LongMill Mark 2.5s. We will have parts available for those machines and customers who already have those machines. We've continued to keep the LongMill Mark 1 parts for about 5 years. We'll continue to hold on to parts for the LongMill 2.5 for approximately the same amount of time, so that if people need replacements and upkeep items or replacement parts for things, those will still be available, so people who have those older machines don't have to worry. And obviously the machines are open source, so we have the CAD drawings and the BOM bill of materials available on our website. So if you have a LongMill currently, no worries. We will continue to support them. Otherwise, once we have finished selling out the rest of the stock of the LongMill 2.5, we will have some period of time where we're waiting on the stuff for the LongMill Mark III. We are also continuing to onboard 2 more beta testers for the LongMill Mark III. And so, you know, we already have a pretty big list of people who have signed up for that program. So if you've been waiting on getting word from us, we'll send out emails for people who we want to interview. So keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, we have started LongMill Mark III production for major components, stuff like rails and lead screws and bearings and linear guides and so on and so forth. There are things that we will likely tweak for the final design, which we'll leave to the end. Things like the gantry plates, for example. But because we make them locally here, the lead times are relatively short. So we're kind of staggering the ordering and the design as things are completed. People are probably wondering, when are we going to start shipping the LongMill Mark III, or at least when the orders will be open. One of the key things that we need to complete before we finalize the details of the LongMill Mark III is the redesign of the SLB EXT, so that we are able to use the closed-loop stepper motors on the LongMill Mark III. Because the cost of the SLB EXT, although for the scope of like all controllers for CNC machines, is pretty cheap, because the LongMill itself is designed to be an affordable machine, we wanted to take some time to redesign the SLB to be, one, more compact, because that saves on shipping, but also to reduce the overall cost of the controller, making it more optimized, and integrating some more features like into the board rather than like all external or peripherized. The goal for the new SLB EXT is to decrease the price of that board by half. And the engineering team so far has made a lot of progress on that, including the updates for the new layouts and the traces, designing the new breakout board that also can be integrated to increase the functionality, as well as a new suite of cables that are better integrated. One, so that they're more compact, and two, they're less expensive, and three, easier to manage and assemble. And all that together will basically make the LongMill, bring it down to the price point that we want it to. Because I believe right now the overall cost of the electronics is about half the overall cost of the machine. So if we can make significant improvements on the cost for that, then yeah, we can make the machine more affordable. We have like pretty good finalized versions for the board. So we're working on the production for the prototypes currently. We also have some rendered mock-ups for the case design, and we're expecting the case and the whole overall assembly for the controller to be like 70 or 80% smaller than the original SLB board. So that's the original long board, which was that big shoebox looking metal case. So yeah, pretty excited about that. The other thing with the SLB EXT is that we'll make it compatible with the 24 volts that the native LongMill uses. So if you guys know, we currently offer the closed loop stepper kit for the LongMill, so that you can take your LongMill Mark II or 2.5 and upgrade it to a closed loop stepper motor kit. That is currently pretty expensive, and so we had to use that system, the expensive system, because the current SLB EXT doesn't use or isn't compatible with 24 volts, and the power supply is also pretty expensive. So being able to use a lower voltage power supplies will also help with the costs as well. With all that being said, even though we are using lower voltage power supply, because of the higher efficiency of the closed loop stepper motors, we've been able to test the new LongMill with the closed loop steppers to be maybe 3 to 4 times faster than the original LongMill. All right, next up, let's talk about the AltMill 4x8. We are kind of at the point where people are expecting us to ship the machines. And as of February 23rd, we have received the majority of the parts that we need to start building the machines. Right now, the production team is setting up the space to build the components and the assemblies. There are a couple straggler parts like the Allen keys, the warning labels, and so on and so forth. And we are also doing some of the QA in advance before the full assemblies start happening. We are expecting us to start shipping the AltMill 4x8s probably in the next couple weeks based on when those last straggler parts come in. So automatic tool changer, that's been a long time coming as well. We have also received the majority of the parts that we need for the ATC production, and we are also building the production space out for the assembly and testing for that. We were expecting to start shipping the ATCs at around this time as well. We will likely be a couple of weeks delayed compared to our original delivery time. The bright side is that it's giving us some extra time to perfect all of the little details that we need for the new ATC. We are completing the rest of the online resources, and we have also uploaded all the ATC related macros on GitHub, finalizing the version of GSender so that all of the parts of the ATC work smoothly. Clear cut dust shoes. We just launched the new design for the dust shoe. However, we had higher than expected demand. So the 150 units that we had in stock, we sold out in 24 hours or so. We are in production for another batch. If you are looking to order the clear cut dust shoe, check the website because the time for when those will ship is on the website. If you ordered the clear cut dust shoe around the time when it launched, then we have already started shipping them to customers. There's a video of the installation and more details about the clear cut dust shoe. But for people who don't know, essentially it's the updated version that we've made to the default dust shoe for the spindles, the 80mm spindles for the AltMill. It's made of transparent polycarbonate, which makes it much more durable and less prone to cracking. And you can see through it. So you can see the dust and you can see the bit in action. And lastly, we have a magnetic base. So basically you can pop it on and off, or at least a bristle part on and off really easily. So it's easier to maintain the, get to the bit and whatnot. We are also shipping all of the spindle kits with the clear cut dust shoes. We've separated the inventory that we need to ship with the spindles so that every spindle kit will come with the clear cut dust shoe. If you are buying the machine / spindle now, you don't have to worry about waiting for the clear cut dust shoe. Want to put out an informal call for new people to join our company. Over the last forever, we've continued to grow, and we are continuing to look for new people to join our team. Mainly right now, someone to join for our managing our finance and also in our HR department. If you're also an electronics or embedded engineer, please hit us up. There's a link to kind of like a general form where you can submit your resume and things like that on our website. So if you go to the blog, I put a link at the very bottom of that this month's production update blog. We are planning to hire quite a number of people because we have all these new product lines coming out, and we also have had a lot of new people start up to this new year. You know, we've gotten feedback on our customer service being slower, so we hired another customer service person. We also have more management on the engineering team, and we're continuing to add more people to the team. Oh, we also hired a bunch of people to help with the production side. Every department is currently looking to expand the team. So overall, we got a lot of things going on and a lot of new faces, and we'll expecting to have a lot more new faces continuing on for the rest of the year. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for March 2026. And I will see you guys in April. Goodbye.
And we will never, ever, ever be apart.